I never thought a single phone call could shatter my entire world. Hey everyone, if you're watching this, pull up a chair and stay with me till the end, because this story of heartbreak, betrayal, and unexpected strength might just be the reminder you need today. If it moves you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life stories that prove resilience wins. Let's dive in. My name is Elena, and for 12 years, I believed I had built a beautiful life. I was married to Mark, a charming, ambitious man who swept me off my feet back in college. We had a cozy apartment in the city that we called home, 2 wonderful kids, little Sophie who was 8 and loved drawing rainbows everywhere, and our energetic 6-year-old, Liam, who never stopped asking questions about the stars. I worked as a marketing coordinator, the kind of job that kept me busy but fulfilled. Mark ran his own small construction firm, and while money was sometimes tight, we made it work. Or at least, I thought we did. That fateful week, I was on a business trip in Chicago, pitching a major campaign that could finally give our family the financial breathing room we'd been praying for. The meetings had gone better than expected. I was exhausted but buzzing with excitement as I checked into my hotel room that evening. I called Mark right away, eager to share the good news. The phone rang twice before he picked up, his voice sounding distant, almost distracted. "Hey, honey," I said, smiling into the receiver. "You won't believe how today went. The client loved the proposal. If this closes, we could finally think about that vacation to the beach the kids keep begging for." There was a long pause. Too long. Then he spoke, his words cutting through me like ice. "Elena, Mom took your apartment. Don't come back." I laughed at first, thinking it was some sick joke. "What, Mark? Stop messing around. Is this about the leaky faucet again? I told you I'd handle it when I get home." But his tone didn't change. It was flat, cold, final. "I'm serious. Mom moved in last week. She needs the space more than you do right now. The kids are fine with her. You should just figure things out there. Don't come back." The world tilted. I sank onto the edge of the hotel bed, my legs suddenly useless. "Mark, what are you talking about? Our apartment, our home, the kids, our kids. This can't be real." My voice cracked, but he didn't waver. He muttered something about how his mother had been struggling with health issues, how I was always traveling anyway, and how maybe this was for the best. Then he hung up. I sat there in that sterile hotel room, staring at the phone in my hand, tears streaming down my face. How had it come to this? I replayed our marriage in my mind. The late nights when I supported him through his business struggles, the sacrifices I made skipping promotions so I could be there for the kids, the quiet moments where I thought we were partners. His mother, Gloria, had always been difficult, inserting herself into our decisions, criticizing my cooking, my parenting, even the way I dressed. But I tolerated it for Mark's sake. Family, right? Now she had taken my home, and my husband had handed it over without a fight. The next few days were a blur of panic and sorrow. I canceled the rest of my meetings, my voice trembling as I explained to my boss that there was a family emergency. I booked the earliest flight home, my heart pounding the entire way. When I arrived at the apartment complex, my key didn't work. Gloria had changed the locks. I stood outside in the rain, banging on the door until Mark finally opened it, his face a mask of awkward guilt. "You can't just throw me out like this," I cried, pushing past him into the living room that now smelled of Gloria's lavender perfume and her endless collection of porcelain figurines. Sophie and Liam ran to me, confused and clinging to my legs. "Mommy, why is Grandma sleeping in your bed?" Sophie whispered, her big eyes full of worry. Mark pulled me aside, his voice low. "Elena, things haven't been right for a while. Mom's been helping with the kids, and honestly, you're so focused on your career. Maybe we need space." Space. That word felt like a betrayal deeper than any affair. There was no other woman, no explosive fight, just a slow erosion of our life together, enabled by his inability to set boundaries with his mother. The challenges piled up like mountains. I had nowhere to go. My parents lived across the country, and my savings were modest after years of pouring money into Mark's business. I crashed on a friend's couch that first night, replaying every argument, every time I'd bitten my tongue to keep the peace. The emotional weight crushed me, nights spent sobbing in the dark, wondering what I had done wrong, questioning if I had failed as a wife and mother. The kids' faces haunted me. I hated the thought of disrupting their world. Lawyers were expensive, custody battles terrifying. Gloria, meanwhile, played the victim, telling neighbors I had abandoned the family for my job. But in the depths of that despair, something shifted. I remembered the woman I was before marriage, the one who had dreams, who had graduated top of her class, who had once backpacked through Europe with nothing but courage and a map. I reached out to old colleagues, swallowed my pride, and asked for help. A former mentor offered me a temporary project that paid enough for a small studio apartment nearby. It wasn't much, just a room with a kitchenette, but it was mine. I decorated it with drawings from Sophie and Liam, turning it into a sanctuary of hope. The real turning point came during a heated mediation session. Mark sat there, avoiding my eyes, while Gloria droned on about her rights as a grandmother. But when the mediator asked the kids how they felt, Sophie's small voice broke through. I miss Mommy's stories at bedtime. Liam added, Daddy, why can't we all live together again? In that moment, Mark's facade cracked. He saw the pain he had caused, not just to me, but to the children he claimed to love. It wasn't an instant fairy tale. We separated for months. I threw myself into my work, earning a promotion that allowed me to afford a proper 2-bedroom place. I attended therapy, learning to set boundaries and value my worth. The kids split time between us, and slowly, I rebuilt my confidence. Mark eventually apologized, admitting his mother's influence had blinded him to what truly mattered. Gloria moved out after some tough conversations, though reconciliation with her remained strained. Through it all, I discovered an inner strength I didn't know I had. I started a small blog about single motherhood and resilience, sharing snippets of my journey anonymously at first. The response was overwhelming. Women from all over wrote in, sharing similar stories of betrayal and rebirth. It reminded me that I wasn't alone, and neither are you watching this. Today, Mark and I are co-parenting with cautious hope. We've been to counseling, rebuilding trust brick by brick. But more importantly, I've reclaimed my life. The apartment I lost, it taught me that home isn't 4 walls, it's the love you carry within and the family you fight for. If you're going through something similar, a betrayal that feels like the end, a loss that seems insurmountable, know this, you are stronger than the pain. Take one step, then another. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Your story isn't over, it's just beginning a new chapter. The kids and I still have beach vacations on our list, and this time, they're filled with laughter that feels earned. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Your support means everything. If this story touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment below. What's the biggest challenge you've overcome? Let's build a community of strength together. Until next time, keep believing in your comeback. You've got this.